to write a story. You are going to listen for different songs, not all the songs, just the beginning of the song. And you have to put this song in some place in your story. The other song. Yeah, the third song. And the last one.
Once upon a time, a beautiful young maiden lived trapped under the tyranny of an oppressive husband whom she'd been promised to at birth. She was kept inside like a bird in a cage without being allowed to leave the castle. Her only freedom was a daily trip to the market, song number 3. Where she cherished every little moment, the sun on her face, the smell of the flowers, the friendly buzz of all the local people. And one day, she was picking up her favourite flowers that she used to drape in her hair as a child, and her fingers brush with a handsome young man. Their eyes meet, and it is love at first sight. Yeah, song can pause now.
Okay.
Song number 4. They continue to meet in secret, and they fall in love, and not just in love, they become best friends and they have fun, and it's a whole world that she had never experienced before. And so together they begin to plan her escape from her oppressive husband. Next song is song number 2. So she picks the night that she is going to escape her husband, but he has found out about the plans. He has found out about her secret lover because he has spies all over the town, and he is now pursuing her through the streets, and she is having to hide and climb over buildings to try and elude capture. She has been separated from her lover. She is totally lost. And there is a meeting point in sight. Her lover arrives and waits for hours and hours, worried that she isn't going to come. Song number 1. When, just as he is about to give up, the moon is out and the stars are out, and she comes walking up. They're by the river, that's what they're going to use to guide them. And they meet in the moonlight, under the stars, and kiss, and travel off in pursuit of a new life together.
The music gives a nice structure within which to work. So I like that, and also immediately, as soon as the music comes on, like I just went with the first thing that I saw in my head.
So this time we are going to continue that story. So you are going to write your story now. So the thing this time is that I'm going to give you 4 different characters, and you have to develop that story. So for example, maybe you have 1 or 2 characters that I'm going to say, and you have to develop the other characters if you don't have them in your story.
Okay.
So the first character is the hero of the story, the mentor of this character.
The mentor.
We have the villain.
Or the villain.
Yeah, the villain. So the bad guy. The love character, you know.
The lover.
The love.
Lovers of two people.
The lover of your
Shaped.
hero. And this time, each of these songs that I already you already listened, it has to be with one of that character.
One song for one character.
One song for one character.
I understand.
So, but for you, I want that you try to continue with that story. It's not a completely new. It's just like a development of your story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to know. It was easier for you this time, or it was a little bit more complicated?
I think there were a little bit of both for me. I found that I had 3 of those characters already in my story, so I only really had to introduce one, and I found a way of doing that. The tricky thing for me was that I think that my songs last time were based on situation, not character. So.
And for the rest of you, so we have 2 different versions of your stories, really?
Mhm.
Yeah, because at the beginning we have
Yeah.
just the music, then we have some archetypes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now we are going to develop with that. Place the hero in a stable environment. So with your own story, you are going to develop at the beginning, place your hero in a stable environment.
Okay.
Yeah. Then you're going to establish a purpose and or a tragic flow.
A tragic flaw.
Could be.
Yeah.
Hero.
Yeah.
Then have the hero interact in a way that involves suffering and chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then at the end, achieve an ending by recuperating material that was shelved earlier in the story. Yeah. Could you read that
Yeah.
for me?
Achieve an ending by reincorporating material that was shelved earlier in the story.
So something that we
So
cut
something
out,
that we got rid of.
we put it back in.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then create a new stability for your hero. But in your story, you are going to have the other characters that you already
Yeah.
have. So
Okay,
you
okay.
can interact with them. And the story is not going to be a new story. It's going to be just a develop of the same story that you
Yeah.
have. To read the story of all of you, but all the stories that you are doing, that you created already. You have the first draft of your story, then the second one, and then the third one. I want to do that just to check, just that everyone can see the evolution
Mm-hmm.
of this story. So let's put attention to each different story. Okay.
Stephen was enjoying a long martini in his favourite bar. He was waiting for someone, but he did not know when they would arrive. Song 2.
It was nice the way you just, as the sax came in, it was beautifully put.
Then he saw her through the window. She was wearing the red coat he had given her. But then someone grabbed Maria by the arm and started to lead her away. Stephen ran out of the bar. He couldn't see them. He thought he had lost her until he saw a flicker of the red coat disappear around the corner. Song 4. Stephen caught up with them, distracting the man, who released his grip. Maria and Stephen took their chance and ran, winding their way through the narrow streets, zigzagging in and out of the shadows. Song 3.
I'm so sorry.
I like it.
When it was safe, they stopped. Maria handed Stephen a small package. They didn't say a word. They walked together in silence, knowing that this would be the last time they had together, but they would enjoy it nonetheless.
Okay, so
version
that
two.
is their first version. For the second version, I asked them to incorporate 4 archetypes. The first one was a hero. The second one, the love of the hero. The third one was the villain.
Villain, yeah.
Yes, that's right. And the third one was the mentor.
Stephen was enjoying a martini in his favourite bar. He was waiting for someone, but he did not know when she would arrive. He signalled to the barman to bring him another drink. Song 2. Terry had been running the bar for 20 years and had experience with ill-advised associates, which is why when he saw the beautiful lady in the red coat open the doors of the bar, only to be escorted away by Mario, he knew something was wrong. "Stephen, are you waiting for a broad in a red coat? Because she's just been taken by Mario." Stephen leapt up and got outside just in time to see the red coat disappear around a corner. So
4, brilliant.
Mario was a Mexican samba dancer by trade, a front for his diamond smuggling business. It's all in the sequence. So he was quick on his feet, carrying Maria with him. Stephen struggled to keep up, but somehow managed to zigzag through a shortcut, distract Mario, and take Maria to safety.
It's all in the
Song 3.
gold.
Maria had been Mario's dance partner, but when she discovered the smuggling business, she left him with a few diamonds in her pocket. So she needed to get out of the country. When it was safe, they stopped. Maria handed Stephen a small package. They didn't say a word. They walked together in silence, knowing that this would be the last time they had together, but they would enjoy it nonetheless.
The hero was the first one.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
was his villain?
The villain was Mario.
Mario.
The Mexican samba dancer. Mexican samba dancer by
So
now.
that was the
Song 4.
song 4.
Yeah.
Then the mentor.
With Terry the barman.
Sorry,
Two,
Grizzled
right?
Terry,
So
20-year-old
that
part
was
of 20
Yeah.
years.
And what?
The
The
lover.
lover.
His song.
Last one. With this information.
Okay. So I don't start with the song. Sorry. Stephen was sat in his 1-bedroom flat. He had lived there for 18 months. 18 months without a drink, living a normal, everyday life that wouldn't draw anyone's attention. And this made him content, or comfortably numb. But today he needed something different. She was coming back, and Stephen knew he couldn't do this alone. Song 1.
Nice.
20 minutes later, Stephen was enjoying a martini in his favourite bar. It was like he had never been away. He was waiting. He did not know when she would arrive, same as always. He signalled to the barman to bring him another drink. Terry had been Song 2, sorry. Terry had been running the bar for 20 years and had experience with ill-advised associates, which is why, when he saw the beautiful lady in the red coat open the door to the bar, only to be escorted away by Mario, he knew something was wrong. Stephen! Are you waiting for a broad in red? I can't do it anymore, because she's just been taken by Mario. For the first time in 18 months, Stephen felt the rush of adrenaline he had been missing. He leapt up, downed his martini, and smashed the glass against the wall.
Yeah, he did!
Come on.
And got outside just in time to see the red coat disappear around a corner. Song 4.
Yeah!
Mario was a Mexican samba dancer by trade, a front for his diamond smuggling business. It's all in the sequence. So he was quick on his feet, carrying Maria with him. Stephen struggled to keep up, but somehow managed to zigzag through a short cut. Stephen caught up with them, distracting the man, who released his grip. Maria and Stephen took their chance and ran, winding their way through the narrow streets, zigzagging in and out of the shadows. Song 3. Maria had been Mario's dance partner, but when she discovered the smuggling business, she left with a few diamonds, so she needed to get out of the country. When it was safe, they stopped. Maria handed Stephen a small package. They didn't say words. They walked together in silence, knowing that this would be the last time they had together, but they would enjoy it nonetheless.
Very good.
Well, I want to ask you, what was the difference for you between her first story and what was the evolution?
There was obviously the introduction of new characters, which made a big impact on how the story ended up. It changed the process of the story rather than it just being the two characters, the hero and the lover. There was more like meat to it was more exciting within the story because of Mario. Cool.
But the story didn't change. The basic premise of the story was the same.
Yeah.
So the idea at first was good, which would stay.
Yeah.
You just every sort of level you added more meat. I suppose that's a good word, isn't it? You fleshed it out more, it became more believable. So it became realer. So at first it was a bit like animation. By the end, we could see the movement. Couldn't we? You could kind of see the streets of New York, the sort of steam going up. You're going around the corner at the end. You know what I mean? That whole
I wanted to say is that I think this exercise is so good for like anyone with different experiences, because even though, let's say you have someone who's like an established writer even, he or she would automatically maybe involve archetypes. She would automatically set their hero in a place of stability, but still like they would have this framework of the music, and you can still like give them other. I think there's like on the 12 stages, so you could like still have like, oh, but now you have to have like the supreme ordeal, and you can still like match this exercise for like total beginners up to like professionals.
Yeah.
So I think it's like a really neat template for a workshop that you can like dash out to everyone
but
and
also,
become rich and famous.